Why? It's your girl, baby. It's the mule. AKA Lima B. Marie, my dears, my dears. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, I have a lot of thoughts, right? So, today is my daddy's birthday, guys. Happy birthday, daddy. So, every year for my dad's birthday, I write him a poem or a letter every year. Actually, maybe 5, 6, 7 times a year. But anyway, I try to make this one special. I try to make all of them special, honestly. But I was just gathering my thoughts, and while he's still asleep, everybody's still asleep. So just trying to gather my thoughts, and I was actually remembering yesterday a story. When I was about maybe 13 or 14, I was really big, guys. And it's funny to me now. But the story was, okay, on Saturdays, my dad would go to this a scrap yard. And me and my siblings, some of them would go with us. And there's a man named Mr. Lewis. He would give us a bag of candy. So every time my dad go, I would be like, make sure you wait for me, right? So they had enrolled us into this little summer camp. So that morning I said, Daddy, you make sure you wait for me. He was like, yeah, I promise I'm going to wait. So when the van for the summer camp was dropping us off, I was like, I jumped out the van because I saw my dad's truck driving down the street. So I'm like running, right? I just said, hightailing it. I was hightailing it, running up the street, screaming, Daddy, and he kept going. So I had fell in the middle of the street and just broke down crying. So my mom, she comes out and she's like, girl, if you don't get your tail up, get out this street, telling me I'm too old to be doing this and that. So I get out the street and I'm on the sidewalk. We walking back to the house. So my dad comes back in the truck and he's laughing. And so he, tell me to get in the truck. So I run and get in the truck, but I'm mad. And my mom, she's like, no, you need to leave her here. She's too old to do this, these kind of stunts. And he was like, no, I'm going to take her with me. So now we driving and I'm still mad. And he was like, get over it, So eventually I get over it. He was like, because that was just how my dad was, right? My dad was not the most emotional man, but my dad was always there for me emotionally. I don't know how to say it or how to really put it. Like, my dad was not very emotional person, but he was always there for me with my emotions, if that makes sense. So anyway, so I got over it. I stopped crying or whatever. We go, and Mr. Lewis, he give me my candy, and they talk their crap, and I'm playing with the dogs in the scrapyard and doing what I do there. So when we get home, I guess him and my mom have a conversation, and she done convinced him that I'm too old, too big to be, following him everywhere, and I'm a girl. So that's where I'm at, because I remember that conversation that my dad sat me down and had with me on the porch, and I still am angry about this conversation because we had to have this conversation all the way up to probably my 30s, y'all. So me and my dad always would debate this conversation off and on through the years, but this is where it started, right? So it started with him telling me that my mom was right and that I'm too old and I can't be up under him and going fishing and to the scrapyard, and because I'm not a boy, I'm a girl, right? And so this is a letter that I'm writing to him. So I know it's going to be funny, and it's kind of like a little debate thing that we've been going through for years. So here it goes, guys. Okay, you ready? Okay, here it goes. Don't judge me because this is a rough draft. But anyway, it says, Daddy, how'd you get so beautiful? You talk, you talk, you talk. And I listen, I listen, I listen. So much so that now I do know that, Daddy, I am you and you are me. But you tell me I can't be you. I can't be your seed. I must change for this world because I am a girl. Yet in my mind, I will always share your world. Who can I be if I cannot be your seed? Daddy, how'd you get so beautiful? You can change ashtrays into candy dishes. You can heal a broken heart with warm words and bear hugs. You can turn scraped knees to orange cold drink kisses. You taught me fishing and hunting and all these beautiful stories of old. I sit and I inhale all that you say as a guide with the wisdom of the old. Daddy, how'd you get so beautiful? You talk, you talk, you talk. And I listen, I listen, I listen. So much so that now I do know that, Daddy, I am you and you are me. But you tell me I can't be you. I can't be your seed. I must change for this world because I am a girl. Yet in my mind, I will always share this world with you. For who can I be if I'm not your seed? So that's where I'm at right now with that. But I just always think, I used to fight. People would tell me, oh, you look just like your daddy. One of the biggest insults one of my uncles told me, oh, God, I knew that was you from down the block. You walk just like your pa. I'm like, ugh. And I started watching my dad. My dad is bow-legged. And I'm like, I don't want to walk like him. So I started trying to switch, right? Switch. However you say it, switch. Because I wanted to be more feminine, right? But this all came from that day, me falling out in the middle of the street, running behind my dad. And I just always feel like, I always hear stories that, boys need their father. Girls need their father too. They always say you'll turn into your parents. And you know what? I turned into my parent. It was just my father. I turned into my father. And I used to fight it and fight it and fight it. But all of the wisdom I got, all of the grace that I got, all of the love I got from my father. And either I was a father's girl, a daddy's girl, or I was a grandmother's girl. That was just who I am. And it was no fault to my mom. My mom was just a homemaker. She was a very beautiful person. She still is. But also very kind of boring. She thought she cooked, she cleaned. She sent me to, she wanted me to be Miss Louisiana, Miss Teen Louisiana pageant, and tried to get me into pageantry and all the things I didn't like to do, because that's what girls should do. We had to be in the Zulu club and join that society, and that was her mindset. That was what she thought would make me a better woman. And I learned a lot from that, honestly. I won't, but it wasn't fun for me. Big fun for me was being with my great-grandmother, my mama. If I wasn't with mom, I wanted to be with my daddy. So, anyway, that is what I've been writing and thinking about. You guys let me know